Hello, Joshers, and welcome to another episode of... Today, I'm going to be talking about the Hillside Strangler, or stranglers. So the Hillside Strangler actually started out in California from 1977 to 1978. And it was believed to be one person, even though the first body that was found, that of Yolanda,
I love you,
was clearly thrown out of a moving vehicle, which would be pretty difficult for a person to do on their own. Really, it's more of a two-man sort of maneuver. Possibly connected to the Alphabet murders over in New York, which, funny enough, not really funny though, Kenneth Bianchi is actually from. So Kenneth Bianchi moved over to Los Angeles, where his cousin Angelo lived. And he and Angelo kind of got along pretty well. While Kenny was more flirtatious and more romantic and all these promises, the elder of the two, Angelo, was actually more just flat outright disrespectful, but apparently that had play as well at the time. So when Kenneth moved over, he got a job, started working. His mom was super proud of him, so she sent him money to get a car. It would be then that he got a two-tone sedan with a white top, dark blue bottom cop car. Angelo had a badge that they used to pose as police officers. No one was that surprised when they were going after sex workers. Sex workers are oftentimes the victims of serial killers. These guys were quickly going for more than just sex workers, though, and a lot of their victims, I think the majority of their victims actually were underage too, which is pretty vile. The two eventually kind of had a falling out. Kenny was actually told that if he didn't leave California, that Angelo told him that he would kill him. So Kenny left California. He actually left it with his wife and kid when they came up here. They wanted to make money, so they kept coming up with all these schemes to basically use, like, force women into sex work for them, or to, at one point they bought, off of a sex worker that they came across, they bought a list of Johns, which are clients, off of her to hopefully take advantage of that and blackmail those people into getting money. But the list was a bust, which really just motivated more of their hatred and disrespect of women, which is where it escalated. Their first 3 victims were sex workers, and then after that they had 5 more immediately who were not. All in all, as a duo, they killed 10 people. And then when Bianchi came up to Bellevue, he killed 2 more. He was a lot sloppier without the help of his cousin. And that's where I think ultimately that was the sign of the end for them. Which is why his cousin had wanted him out of California. Because at that time, Bianchi was going on ride-alongs with the police, asking lots of questions, and had even been questioned a little bit as a possible suspect. As I said, the first victim was Yolanda Washington, followed by Judith Miller, Lisa Caston, Dolores Cepeda, and Sonia Johnson, Christina Weckler, Evelyn Jane King, Lauren Wagner, Kimberly Martin, Cindy Hudspeth. These guys were monsters. They showed it time and again through their whole lives. Like I said, Kenny was possibly doing this even back when he was in New York, before he even moved away from home. So, because he was suspected to be part of the Alphabet murders. So even prior to coming across his cousin, he was already doing, potentially, participating in murder. Kenny tried the insanity plea and tried to say that it was Steve that was doing the murders and would take over his body. They quickly poked some holes into that idea, and that didn't end up working out for him. But because he had come up to Washington and committed 2 murders up here, he is actually now residing in the same penitentiary that Gary Ridgway worked at, and then also ended up moving into. So right now they're cellies. Well, not cellies. They're not. I don't think they're actual roommates. That'd be kind of interesting, though. All in all, at least 12 murders can be connected to Bianchi, 10 to Angelo. They are both done and put away with now for life. And that's for the best. I just got one question left to ask you. Why dress like you when you can wear me?
Thank you.
Yuck. That cereal was freaking gross. It's the Pride Loops. What's up, Joshers? There's just some guy watching me. He walked off that way. I don't see him now. He walked through there. I don't know. Kind of weird. Anyways, later.